All right, Jets fans, I am going to tell you about the Jets re-signing Quincy Williams and why that will definitely happen. So let's get fired up. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel while you are here. Tonight, I am going to discuss why the Jets are going to re-sign Quincy Williams. I'm fired up. Hopefully, you're fired up. If not, fire up right now because we're about to get into it. Everybody assumes that Quincy Williams will not be re-signed because of the money we paid Jamie Sherwood. The salary cap goes up every year, though, and it went up a lot this year. When it comes time to re-sign Quincy, they'll find a room to fit him in. But there's a different reason that I think we're going to re-sign Quincy Williams, and I'm going to talk about that right now. Let's look at Quincy Williams' career. In 2019, he was drafted in the third round by the Jacksonville Jaguars. It didn't work out for him there. So he ended up signing with the Jets, where he could play with his brother Quinnen. Quinnen was a first-round pick. His brother Quincy was a later round pick. Quincy found a home here, and he has been great ever since he's been with the Jets. Was an all-pro year before last. Okay. Why is that important? Okay. The relationship between Quinnen and Quincy, having the two brothers be able to play together on the same team is very important. And Aaron Glenn appreciates that. Aaron Glenn has a different perspective on that relationship. Why? Because back in 2001, his brother, Jason Glenn, was a late round pick as well. He ended up not working out where he was. So he ended up signing with the Jets and played the last 15 games of that season with the Jets. For 2001, 2002, both Aaron Glenn and Jason Glenn were on the Jets together. The two brothers got to play together. And that is one of the main reasons I think the Jets will find a way to make sure to keep Quinnen and Quincy together. Aaron Glenn knows how special that opportunity is, not only to be able to play in the National Football League, but to be able to play with your brother. I don't think he's going to overlook that. I don't think he's going to discount that. And I think that he will find a way to make that happen. Ironically, it was the Detroit Lions who drafted Aaron Glenn's brother. And then years later, he became their coach. So everything in life always kind of comes full circle. But that is why, in my opinion, I think the Jets will absolutely, positively find a way to keep Quincy on this team. I'm going to give you a couple of really quick side notes. Azareye'h Thomas had a nice pick at practice today. On Friday, Andre Cisco had 2 picks and a pass breakup to end practice. Our secondary is looking great. And I think Cisco is going to be a major player for us. At any rate, with that, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines and get some calls going here. Give me just 1 minute. And I want to hear you guys' opinions. I want to know if you agree with me, let me hear why. If you do not agree with me, let me hear why. If you have got something to say, Let me hear it, because I want all the smoke. I think we're in store for a big year this year, Jets fans. I'm beyond excited about the direction of this team. I'm beyond excited about the leadership that we have. Finally, we have a real coach and we're headed in the right direction. All right, and we got our first caller. Let's hear what's on your mind, Beast Breaker.
How you doing there, Rickie? I do want to make some loud points that this season, our boys look like real men now. After how many years? 14 lousy years of being in the toilet? Well, that's going to change. Starting August 9th, we're going to make an example. We're going to show these all talkers that, hey, you've kicked us in the ass for 14 years. Now we're going to kick you in the ass and see how you like it. We're going to give it every what we can get. 110%, 70 in the face, 40 in the nuts. And we're going to break every bone in these boys' bodies. Buffalo Bills, line them up. Patriots, you're ready for a bloody nose. You better get ready to line up because we're going to kick your teeth down your throat, break you in half, and send you on a one-way ticket to the hospital. Dolphins, you better line your asses up because one by one, everyone you throw at us, you're just going to get bitch slapped like your mama on a rack pole, boys. And just like we're all going to say, you're all just a bunch of little funnel butts. And in the words of you, they ain't nothing but a bunch of blowhards. They can't hang. They can't carry our bags, boots, jockstrap, or nothing. That's why they're going to burn in hell. And get ready for the season, baby, because we're the freaking New York Jets. And we're built for this shit.
Right on. It's going to be tough to follow up Thunder Lips, but I do have to agree with him. It's been a long time of misery, but we're headed in the right direction finally. And it's nice to hear the fan base getting behind this coach, like hearing the difference from the players and talking. Like even the beat reporters are saying they haven't seen physical practices like this in forever. And that's just a good sign of things to come as far as I'm concerned.
Can you hear me? Because I have a water case phone on my phone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're all right. I got you.
All I want to say is, like, I did not think I was going to be this bought in with Aaron Glenn. I was trying to have, like, tempered expectations and shit like that. But I'm fucking all in. I love the way this guy speaks. And it's going to be belly flop time, okay? Let's fucking go! Oh!
Right on. And you know what? It's oh wait, hold on, I'll bring you back.
Jay,
I thought the belly flop was the end there. I'll bring you back in.
I think I got water in my lungs. I'm too old. All right, Rickie, you're the man. I got to tell you something on the water. We're going to do a Jets chant. Ready?
All right. And I think I lost it. The cell phones do not work well underwater. They should probably put that on the instructions somewhere. Cell phones and water, not a good combination. But I agree. You know what? I always try to somewhat temper my expectations when it comes to this team. But the reason I was all in on Aaron Glenn from day one is I remember him as a player. I've followed his career. And, you know, what you see is what you get. Like the way he talks, like that isn't a show. He isn't doing that for the cameras. That's just the way he is. And when you listen to him talk, it's hard not to get bought in 100%. It's hard not to be invested. You know, like me personally, I love the way that AG talks. He's got this team fired up and ready to go in the right direction. And you know what? I can't wait for the first game so we can light up Pittsburgh, so we can light up Aaron Rodgers, and so we can show everybody that the Jets are back. And, you know, like Ron Middleton said, If it moves, hit it. If it doesn't move, hit it. If you're not sure, hit it. And if somebody passes it to you, hit it twice. Now, as far as Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers go, boy, let me tell you what. Somebody posted a clip on Twitter the other day of their left tackle getting, dude, he didn't even remotely hold up the guy he was supposed to be blocking. He got blown by so quick, and Aaron Rodgers was all irate. And all I'm thinking to myself is, A, all those people that were upset that we didn't get to draft Broderick Jones, seeing what I'm seeing now, we got lucky. We dodged a bullet. Okay. Number two, if that's the way he looks when the season starts, oh my goodness. JJ and Will McDonald are going to be throwing a party in the backfield all day long. I'm really excited for that matchup. I'm not worried about the Steelers. Yes, they're a decent team. They're a well-coached team. That being said, you know what? So are we. I think we have a better roster, and it may come down to coaching. But you know what? I'm not afraid of Pittsburgh, not even a little bit. I can't wait to light their ass up when that first game of the year gets here. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of preview of what I've got coming up. In the new future, I will have Logan B. Robinson from Knowles Game Day coming on the show with me. We're going to do a show pretty much dedicated to Jermaine Johnson. We're going to be breaking him down, his career so far, and him returning from this injury. Also, I haven't scheduled it yet, but we also have Green Bean coming on the show. And at some point, once the season starts, we will have Jake Asman coming on the show. And I've got some other guests that I'm still working some things out with too. So we got a lot of good stuff in store. Lots of good content coming your way. We'll have another live show this Saturday night coming up. Before I continue, take any more calls, I've got a quick public service announcement from the King. I'm going to warn everybody ahead of time. It's about to get loud in here. So if you're wearing headphones, you may want to turn the volume down right now.
Listen up. All you incredible people out there looking at your computers, looking at your phones, make sure you like and subscribe to Rickie New York, baby. JETS. Yes.
Right on. JETS, Jets. Man, I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait for this year to start. It's been so long since I felt like this, and I remember, the days of Aaron Glenn being a Jets player. I remember there was one time we had just come back from, I had been working in Atlanta and living up there, and we had just come back to Florida, and we were at my in-laws' house, and my daughter was a baby at the time, and we were sitting there, and I was watching this game, and we were playing the Dolphins, and we were getting blown out. It was bad. And then the fourth quarter started. Vinny throws a touchdown, and he ends up throwing this touchdown, and it gets picked off by the Dolphins corner in the end zone, and Lavernius Coles just literally rips the ball out of the guy's hands, and it's not an interception, it's a touchdown. That night, that was the Monday Night Miracle. And, we scored over 30 points in the fourth quarter. That game was absolutely amazing. And from that day on, I decided, you know what? From now on, I'm never, ever turning off a Jets game before the end, because you never know what's going to happen. That shows that you never know what's going to happen. Now, in recent years, it seems that we have figured out a way to lose games and not win games. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with the poor leadership that we've had. Now we've got a good coach. We should have a good scheme. And therefore, I think the results we are going to get are going to be much different than what we've had in the past. And I understand that Aaron Glenn is a head time coach, but you know what? So was Herm Edwards. So was Rex Ryan. I mean, Todd Bowles was too, for that matter. They all had winning seasons their first year. So there's no reason to think that we can't find some amount of success in the first year of Aaron Rodgers' tenure or Aaron Glenn's tenure. I think that, we're going to see a much different team this year than what we've seen in the past. We're going to see a more disciplined team, a more aggressive team than we have seen in the past. And that's something that I think all Jets fans can look forward to. No more stupid penalties. No more, coaches being aggressive team. And that's what's been missing. That's what's been missing, is the discipline, the lack of direction. Came back to bite this team. And I was never a big Saleh fan to begin with. But as time went on, it just became more and more obvious that he was out of his depth. He was not the right guy for this job. I've said it before. Robert Saleh, he might be a student of the game. Guess what, Jack? Aaron Glenn played the fucking game, and he was good at it. He was great at it. So we've got the right leader now, and we've got the right guys on this roster. I'm looking forward to what Breece Hall does this year. Okay, I know that everybody thinks Breece has got one foot out the door. Don't be so sure. Okay, I think they're going to use him in the passing game as well as getting him open in the running game. I think they're going to create ways to get him the ball in space. And dude, I understand Breece hasn't been very good the last couple of years, not like he was in the beginning. But you know what? He was coming off a big injury. And when he came back, he walked back into a Nathaniel Hackett offense with a Keith Carter offensive line. We had a shit scheme. We had a shit blocking scheme in front of it. Everything was stacked against him. I don't think the problem so much was Breece as what he had to work with. Watching a Baldy breakdown, and he says not only are these offensive linemen not good, they're not even blocking this correctly. Like, they're not even blocking their assignment correctly. I don't want to hear that. I never want to hear that about our team. And you know what? Everything starts up front. It all starts with the offensive lineman. If you can't run block, you can't run the ball. If you can't run the ball, play action doesn't work. If you can't pass block, your quarterback doesn't have time to deliver the ball. Those offensive linemen have to be getting their job done. Otherwise, nobody behind them is going to succeed. Like, it's all about the offensive line. Now, that's where we got some good news. Okay, we got a couple of first-round draft picks. We got a very good center, which I know that they keep talking about the competition at center. There is no competition at center. Okay, they might be trying to get more out of Tippmann by making it seem like there's a competition, but trust me, there is not. This job is Tippmann's to lose. He was ranked 9th out of centers in the NFL last year. Top 10 guys not about to lose his job to a career backup. And that's all I got to say about that. Tippmann is set. I think we're set on the offensive line, and I think those guys are going to bully some people this year. And with that, let me bring on another caller. Are you there, Charles?
Oh, sorry. Hey, Rickie, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I didn't even know the Jets were going to extend Quincy, and they should. He's been a tremendous player for us. I think he's going to really play a lot better. Not saying he wasn't great under the the shit show that was the previous regime. But I think that he's going to play even better under this regime, under this coaching staff.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And to be clear, the Jets have not announced that they are going to re-sign Quincy. That's just my theory. That is my belief. But I don't know if you caught the beginning or not, but I explained why. The fact that, Quincy is able to play with his brother, and back in 2001, 2002, Aaron Glenn got to play on the Jets with his brother, Jason.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he knows how rare and how special it is to have the opportunity to play in this league with your brother. And that's why I really believe that the Jets will find a way to keep the two of them together.
I know this is going to be crazy or maybe a little bit wild, but the one New York Jets player that has impressed me the most in recent years has been Quincy Williams, because I never really heard much about this guy when he came to the Jets, other than the fact, he's Quinnen's older brother. 2021, I thought he was good. 2022, I thought he got better. But these last couple of years, he's really played at a high level. Obviously, 2023, he played at an extremely high level, played at an all-pro level, which he was selected. I think 2023, he made first-team all-pro that year, if my memory serves me correctly. And even though the defense took a step back once that bum Salah got fired, he still had a pretty good season. But with that being said, though, I know this may sound like a super hot take, but considering how talented Quincy is, in terms of his tackling, his aggressiveness, his hit power, his ability to do well via the blitz, I think he has the potential to be a Hall of Fame caliber linebacker. And I think under this new regime, he can truly and 100%. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. I hate it when I fucking do that. I'm sorry, Rickie.
You're good, man.
I like to read. As I was saying, I know he missed a lot of tackles, but overall throughout his career, he's been very good at. I'm not saying he's a very good tackler. I understand he blew a lot of tackles last year. That I'm not denying. But overall, throughout his stint, he's been a very good tackler. And you can't say I'm wrong. Obviously, last year was a down year for him. Now I'm not arguing. But I think he has a Hall of Fame potential because I love his work ethic. I love his character. He's got leadership. He's got so much talent, this guy. He can do well on pass coverage. He can blitz very well. And he's one of the hardest hitting linebackers in the game. I'll never forget, even though we got destroyed remember that play against the Cardinals where he came off the edge and he hit Kyler Murray so hard he knocked his helmet off? It was a clean hit, wasn't dirty, but he hit him so freaking hard. Kyler was like, what the fuck? Holy shit. That's Quincy Williams.
Well,
he's that damn good.
Yeah. That's another reason that I'm excited to see this new scheme, because there is going to be a lot more blitzing with our linebackers. Not only, yes, it worked, Rick Kent. I threw that comment up just to see if it would work, and it did. The thing is not only that hit on Kyler Murray, but you remember a couple of years ago, they sent Quincy on a blitz, and he absolutely killed Ryan Tannehill too.
In 2021?
Yes, those highlights just stand out in my mind. Seeing him come off the edge like that, like somebody fired him out of a cannon, and just absolutely level another quarterback. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's a damn good football player, and I think he still has a lot to grow, a lot to learn. And I know Aaron Glenn has yet to win and lose an NFL game this year. But first impressions are important and are key to really, I wouldn't say, I think people need to stop and say, people are on Instagram like, Aaron Glenn, be our savior. Fuck that. He doesn't need to be the savior. What he needs is to be the leader, the guy for our franchise. Never mind the savior crap. He needs to lead this organization. And I think he's capable of that for what I've seen so far. as soon as he got the job. And the fact that he said out of his own mouth that he wanted the Jets job, not the Saints job, not that job. No, he wanted to be the head coach of the New York Jets. I mean, name me another coach that would be willing to say that today, or a head coach candidate that would.
Yeah, that's true. Like he wanted this job above all other jobs because he was a Jet. He still is a Jet. In his heart, he is still a Jet. And when Aaron Glenn was on the team, dude, we were competing, every year. We were in the playoffs damn near every single year. And in his mind,
3 years, the Jets were terrible because mostly due to Rich Kotite, but I get what you're saying.
Yes. Okay. So like from the time Parcells got here on, he was good when Parcells was here. Al Grove, the beginning of Herm Edwards, like, dude, he was a very, very good player for us. And we had a very good team around him. In the very beginning when he was drafted, not so much. But, and I think that's how he still looks at the team. Like, that's the way I look at the team. It pisses me off the way this team has been for the last God knows how many years. Because to me, that's not Jets football. Okay. Like the play I referenced earlier where Laveranues Coles ripped the interception out of the corner's hands for it to be a touchdown.
It was a great
interception. Yeah, that was playing like a Jet. Dustin Keller fighting for extra yards, going down the field, playing like a Jet. Last year, Browns game, Jermaine Johnson batting the ball up in the air and then intercepting it and crediting himself for a touchdown. That is playing like a Jet. That is the shit that I've missed, that I've been waiting for it to come back. And now, dude, you can have the most talented roster in the league, but if you don't have a leader that can lead them, it's not going to do you any good. And we saw that. It's like firing off a missile that doesn't have a guidance system. You can fire them all day. And yeah, you might hit something here and there, but what we need is direction, and that's what Glenn's going to give us.
I know a lot of Jet fans wanted Ben Johnson, but, and I understand if we would have gotten Ben Johnson. But the thing is, people would have said the last time we got an offensive-minded head coach was who, Adam Gase, and that turned out to be disastrous.
You know what? I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole of Adam Gase. Like, that was a mistake from the beginning. I don't even think he was ever really a good offensive-minded coach. That was all Peyton Manning, And
I'm going to address this. I think the reason why he called Chris Johnson to hire was because more so they were good friends, not because that he liked him as a coach. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's no different than you or me or anybody else. If your buddy's trying to get a job and you can help him get it, you do it. Now, me personally, I wouldn't do that. Honestly, I had my boss tell me this week, if you know anybody that needs a job, let me know. At the same time, I had a friend of mine telling me, hey, if your place is hiring, let me know. I didn't let him know because, in all honesty, he's going to show up to work with a poor work ethic and be a clown. And it's probably going to come back to bite me because I'd be the one that referred him. So I did not pass that message along. But that aside, in the big picture, if you've got a friend who's wanting to work, who wants a job, trying to better themselves, of course you're going to get that guy a job. So I don't fault Peyton for what he did. I just wish he would have done it to somebody else and not the Jets.
Oh, I do too. I don't disagree with you on that. But getting back on track now, I'm glad the Jets re-signed Nick Folk, not just for nostalgia purposes. Yes, Nick Folk is arguably one of the most beloved legends in New York Jets history, especially in recent history. He's our second all-time leading scorer, our second all-time in field goal attempts field goal made, and more impressively, he's number one all-time in field goal percentage. Now, yes, Nick Folk, when he played for us, he was in his he was in his 20s and early 30s. Now he's 40. But let me tell you something. Even though the Titans as a football team in general were bad those last couple of years, in back-to-back years, he led the NFL with field goal percentage. And they were over 90. Obviously, Greg Zuerlein, despite having a pretty damn good first 2 years with us, he disappointed us ferociously last year. And we needed to we need to not only move on from necessarily, not just move on from him, but to really step up the field place kicking department. And even though we had two kickers, I think we released Caden Davis and what's the thicker kicker's name? I forgot. Shit.
We released both of them, I believe. I think Folk is the only kicker on the roster right now.
Get the hell out of here. We released a thicker kicker. Holy shit. Wow. But we needed a kicker.
I could be wrong about that, but I could swear that I saw that earlier today.
And I'm glad. I know some J fans are like, "Oh, we're signing an old man." We didn't. I hate when they use that term. It's like the guys like washed up. Nick Folk's not washed up. He led the NFL in field goal percentage twice in back-to-back years. And he's 40. And the last time I saw a field goal kicker still kick ass the NFL in his 40s, you may remember him, Rickie. His name is Adam Vinatieri, who may one day be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I think he played the dominant. Not only did he play the field goal, he dominated at the place kicker position until he was almost 50. Now, I'm not saying Nick Folk is going to be the next Adam Vinatieri. That's not what I'm saying. You're blowing that out of proportion. But if he can play and still play at the place kicker position at a very good level until he's almost 50, then so can Nick Folk. Plus, the place kicker position, you're not really being. I think the place kicker position is what involves the least amount of physicality because you're not really blocking anybody. You're not really tackling anybody unless someone blocks the kick and returns it for a touchdown, or unless you're doing it on a kickoff. You're just running up, kicking the goddamn ball.
Yep. Now,
Morton Anderson.
We had some
about the last
issues
year.
with kicking last year.
I forgot about Morton Anderson.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got a veteran kicker in the building again. That will not be an issue for us. We've got a kicker that can make field goals now. And so NFL, watch out because we're going to Folk you up.
Folk you up. I like that. But yeah, I know Morton Anderson playing his 40s, but unfortunately, and this is kind of one of my regrets of me being an NFL fan growing up, I didn't get a chance to watch Morton Anderson play. I know he's in the Hall of Fame. God bless him. But congrats to him, I should say. But he was one of those players that, unfortunately, during my time growing up as a sports fan, I didn't get a chance. I didn't watch. I know he was a great kicker.
Before Vinatieri went on his run, there was another kicker that was like bulletproof, that was at the top of the league. One that Peyton Manning referred to as our drunken idiot kicker. Do you remember his name?
Vanderjack?
Yep. Yeah, he was very good also. Weird, they both had names that begin with V. But yeah, Vanderjack was really good. Then Vinatieri, But Nick Folk is a really good kicker. Dude, and we've had some good kickers too.
Pat Lee? Is it
Pat
Lee or... Oh,
we let him go to the Seahawks. Oh, that pissed me off. I'm like, yeah, I know he wants to be like the highest paid, but dude, paying the highest paid kicker, like kickers don't make that much. Fine, make him the highest paid kicker.
What I was saying was it Pat Leahy or Lay? Leahy.
Leahy, I think.
I know we had John Hall. I know Nick Shine's a huge fan of John Hall.
I like John Hall.
I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, my buddy used to always make fun of John Hall because he had that helmet where the face mask was like almost right up against his face, and it looked a little bit weird. But I like John Hall. I like Jason Myers. I like Folk. We've had some kickers I liked. Now, Doug Bryan, I'll never forgive him. And he wasn't terrible, but man, when it counted, and you know what? That year in the playoffs, we ended up beating the Bengals because their kicker, who I believe was Shane Graham at the time, couldn't make a kick.
No, we played in 2004. We played against the Chargers
and the Bengals.
No, in the Steelers.
Yep. Yeah, well, the Steelers. That's the game we got knocked out in, unless I'm mistaken.
In 2004, Doug O'Brien missed on 2 kicks against Steelers in the division round. We beat the Chargers in the wild card round 20-17. But if you're going back to the 2009 plus, we went the first of 2 straight tips in the AFC Championship game. I liked him. I thought he was a decent kicker. That was Jay Feely.
Oh yeah. You know what? I've actually met his younger brother. Played sports with a buddy of mine's kid, and I actually met his brother, who was also a kicker. Kicked for like Tampa Christian or something here. So I actually met Jay Feely's younger brother, which I'm not sure what he's doing now. Like, I know at the time they were talking like he wanted to get into politics or something crazy like that. So,
but I do remember Jay Feely being a decent kicker for us and in the NFL in general. But I'll never forget when the first two playoff games, Shane Graham and quote unquote Nate the Great Kading choked Acorn the long way, as the big fella would say, and making makeable gimme kicks.
Yeah, and you know, as I was watching that whole thing unfold at the time, I was thinking, you know, God, I hope this doesn't come back to bite us, and it did. But you know what? That was then. This is now. We're in a different situation now, and as happy as I am to see Nick Folk back and to have a veteran kicker, hopefully this team is good enough to where we don't have to rely on him. Hopefully, you know, we're not in a bunch of one-score games. But if we are, at least we have a guy that I have confidence in.
Oh, I have tremendous confidence in Nick Folk. I think in 2021 with the Vile Patriots, laugh out loud, he was the NFL's leading scorer that year in the 2021 season. So the guy can kick.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. And he's been around for a long time. I mean, I know he's at 40 now, but God, it seems like I can remember him like back with the Cowboys. I mean, I can remember him being around for a long ass time.
He was a good player with the Cowboys, but I know people say this a lot about us and along with other teams. They say, and I think it's not always 100% true, that when players not just grow, but when players come to us, we kill their careers. That's not the case with Nick Folk. When he came to us, we improved his career. And I think, I'm not saying he's an arrogant asshole, but I think he owes a lot to his success with the Jets due to, I don't know, maybe familiar with this individual that visited team practices this week so far, was regarded by many, if not by all, as the greatest special teams coach of all time. Maybe familiar with him, Rickie, Mike Westhoff.
Absolutely. And yeah, I did see that he was at practice today, and that's awesome. I actually got to meet him. He was here, which he's a member of the Jets fan club of Tampa. He's a member. I follow him on Twitter. He follows me back. I got to meet him, got to talk to him, got a book signed by him because he did a book signing at our fan club thing. And he's an awesome guy, dude.
And the guy's in freaking great shape. Guy keeps himself. I know he's had some health issues, but man, that brother keeps himself. He keeps his blood pumping.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not shocked to see him around the team. You know, he was here when Glenn was here. and I know that they have a very good relationship, and that can't hurt. And I'm sure there's going to be other people that Glenn's going to have in the building as well. That's all just going to be a positive influence for this team.
I think it's going to be tremendous amount of positives.
Yeah, me too.
And
Me too. Yeah,
I
I
know
love
a
seeing
lot of
the
the
old
Jets
players
fans
come around.
were happy when we fired Saleh, but now looking back at it, it was mostly due because we were so disgusted with the bad taste, not just the bad but the bad taste the Adam Gase era put in our mouths. Like, we're free of Adam Gase, and then year after year, once we saw how Robert Saleh operated things as a head coach, we're like, fuck. He sucks.
Well, it's not just that, but what really burned me out was the fact that he never adjusted. Like, your scheme is getting beat. You don't mix things up. You don't switch your coverages. He made no in-game adjustments. Poor clock management. There were a lot of things, but his just unwillingness to change, being so married to his system, just really killed us at certain points. And what was even worse than that was the fucking excuse making from Robert Saleh. Like, dude, you just went out there and played an embarrassment of a game. The next time you get up to the podium, I don't want to hear like we had a good week of practice. I don't give a shit if they had the perfect practice. It's not translating to the field on Sundays. So obviously there's a problem. And that's one thing that we won't get from Glenn. There won't be any excuse making, period. If he sees something that he doesn't like, he's going to tell us about it, and he's damn sure going to tell the players about it.
I'm sorry, I'm typing. But yeah, he was an embarrassment. I expected him to be better, and he failed on so many levels.
I was never a real big fan of the Saleh hiring right from the beginning. And this is going to sound like a silly reason because it doesn't necessarily have to do with coaching itself, but just from his time in San Francisco, when they started showing him all fired up on the sideline, like it seemed like he started kind of intentionally trying to play to the cameras. And I was like, oh God, not that, because Rex was kind of like that. Like when Rex first came in, when he said, like, if they play their best football and we play our best football, we're going to kick their ass. And I don't give a fuck who they are. Like that was Rex just being Rex. But that was so popular with the fans that after a while, Rex started kind of playing to the cameras and developing this other kind of persona. And like, I would rather just keep the focus, on the field. And so I was never really a big fan of the Saleh hiring. And the other thing is like, people liked him because he was so fiery. And then when he got here, I think he thought like, oh, I've got the big job now, the coaching job. I have to be professional. And he wasn't all fired up like that. He was just so boring and uninspiring. And then when we started losing, it just got even worse. Like that guy would get up there and he just looked defeated. Like, and how are we expecting good results from our team when the guy leading the team just looks like he got his ass whooped? I mean, it was just a very uninspiring situation. And I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I'd rather.
That's another thing I'm upset with me. But another thing is, he kept relying on the front. And plus, there were times, and I'm not saying you should blitz. I'm trying to think, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. There were times my dad was like, blitz. Use the blitz more. And he failed with that. My dad was like, remember this defense called the grit splits? Robert Sala refused to do that.
Yeah, you know what? It seems like every day we get a training camp update, and Sherwood had a sack. We've had corners getting sacks. I mean, we're going to blitz from all over the place this year.
I really do like Steve Wilks. I think the 49ers did him dirty. And even though I'm not the type of guy to wish teams failure, but the fact that the 49ers went from having a very good to an elite defense to the worst defense in football last year, I'm like, you know what? Shoots them right. Because Steve Wilks was far from the problem, nor was far from a problem. The defense failed to stop Mahomes. Steve Wilks was doing his absolute profound best to put the defense in the best position to be successful, and they failed. I'm even going to go back as to the time when, oh God, what was that defense? When the Packers, this was when Aaron Rodgers was still in his prime, and they were playing the then Colin Kaepernick-led 49ers. Don Capers, there we go. When Don Capers was the defensive coordinator of the Packers at that time, he pretty much put them in a situation to stop Colin Kaepernick, and the team didn't execute. Like, what the hell? And
right.
that's what reminded me of that.
Wilks. I like Wilks.
Too.
I like him as a coach. I've got like my best friend. He's a courier. He just actually came and brought me a delivery right before the show. He happens to be a Panthers fan, and I'm always messing with him about it. But dude, when Wilks was there, their defense was really good under him. I like Wilks as a coach. He's got a very aggressive coaching style, and I think it's going to be a really good fit. So,
didn't he start his coaching career with the Bears? I know Lovie Smith wasn't exactly a great coach, but I thought he was more of a respectable coach, good person. But man, if you go back, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame eventually. And Charles Peanut Tillman, he was a damn good. I think he's now an FBI agent, I think. But when Steve Wilks started his coaching career in Chicago, he was a defensive assistant under Lovie Smith. Let's not forget how good and aggressive that defense was. You know, they were aggressive, they were opportunistic. And plus, I said, you had Peanut Tillman, who invented the peanut punch. And a lot had to do with the coaching implemented not only by Lovie Smith, but by Steve Wilks. And to me, as much as I like the coaching staff overall, my favorite member of this coaching staff outside of Aaron Glenn is Steve Wilks. I think he's going to be a great defensive coordinator for us.
Yeah, I like Wilks. I also like the fact that we've got Dre Bly and Chris Harris. We've got some good former players on this team that I think are going to really help elevate our guys. And
after the crowd said he likes Sean Jefferson. I like him too. Didn't he used to play in the NFL? I forgot.
Sean Jefferson is like the only holdover that we have from the previous staff, which is interesting. They must have seen something from him that they really liked. So, but yeah,
I like him. He's a good wide receivers coach. Our last couple wide receiver coaches I felt were kind of. I know we had Miles Austin for a couple of years. I forgot who was the wide receivers coach in 2023. But last year, Sean Jefferson. Yeah, Rick Kent said that he was a wide receiver. Thank you, Rick Kent. Hope you're doing well, buddy. But I really like Sean Jefferson. I thought he did a great job in coaching our wide receivers, not just obviously Devontae Adams, Hall of Fame receiver. I thought he did a great job in elevating Garrett Wilson's play last year. So, hey, Carly, how are you, beautiful?
Yes, Carly, welcome to the show. I'm going to bring Thunderlips back on.
Look at this, Susek. Look at this handsome guy.
Me? Charles, you're handsome, but not as handsome as Rickie. Hey,
Dude, you got the perfect porn stash. What the hell are you talking about?
well, my wife told me to grow it, so I do it. I do what I'm told. But Rickie, I gotta send you something, bro, because I wanted to send you that. I had a Jermaine Johnson rookie card that I sent to Jake, like when I first joined the show, to send to you. I don't know if they'd like. I think he like auctioned it off, but I have a Marvin Jones Florida State rookie card autograph that my buddy, when I was in Iraq, he was a huge Florida State fan, and I liked Miami,
Oh,
so we
awesome.
always used to talk about like the players that went to the Jets, like Lavernius Coles, fucking Leon Washington, and
Leon
shit like that.
Washington,
Yeah, and he
Antonio
always be like,
Cromartie.
yeah, if he's like, if you want to win, put Leon in. And like back in the day, we were really into like cards and shit like that. So I have a Marvin Jones card, so I want to send it to you, bro.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah,
Are you
so
on?
just-
Are you on Discord, Thunderlips?
I'm on Jake's Discord, yeah. So
Okay, DM me on Jake's Discord, and I'll give you my address where you can send that.
right. So should I put the anthrax in the envelope or on outside the envelope? It's a joke.
As long as it's
That's a joke.
as long as it's Anthrax the band, you can throw some in the envelope with it.
Hell yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Well, they're from Anthrax is from Long Island, right?
Yeah.
New York. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah, man. But I feel like we're all getting super fucking on the hype train right now. And it's like, I keep on trying to pull myself back because it's like every time you hear Aaron Glenn speak or you hear reports, like even from Robbie Sabo, right? Like if you go on Twitter, it's shit they haven't done in like years. Like Quinnen's talking to Kay Adams about like live tackling and stuff like that. And no one wants to take shots at Robert Saleh, like as the players that are playing right now. But it's like, you could just feel it, right? You could like feel it in the air. They don't have to say it, but it's like everything's different. And it's like, I feel like there's adults in the room and maybe Woody has actually gotten it right. It's like, maybe he could focus on fucking his soccer bullshit and stuff like that and stay out of the way and let all the adults fucking just like rule the fucking shit. And he could just stay away from it. You know what I mean?
Basically, be like what. Oh God, I keep forgetting who's the owner of the Knicks. James Dolan Jr. has done the last few years with the Knicks. Let the coaches do their job and stay the fuck out of it.
I just want it done right.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care who's in charge and this and that. It's like everyone wants to root for Glenn because he played for the Jets. I mean, the older guys watched him play, right? So we have that investment almost. You know what I mean? And we want to see him succeed.
Well, absolutely. And
How many? Just like when Justin Fields got fucking hurt, like I felt like I got kicked in the nuts, and it's like in my head, I'm like, this is what happens. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm gonna mute my shit. My clock's going off. Go ahead, bro.
It's all good. Yeah, that knowing Glenn as a player, like I knew his personality back then, and I followed his career. So as soon as we started looking for a coach, I was all in on Aaron Glenn, like from the first minute we started looking. And, I got pushback from every show I went on. They were like, oh, we want Flores, we want Vrabel, we want whoever. And I was like, hell no, Aaron Glenn, 100%. And, then we hired Aaron Glenn. There were some people that were hesitant. There were some people that just absolutely acted like they didn't like it. And people were going, oh, we're probably going to win 4 games. Now they're really getting to know Aaron Glenn. They're getting to see the mentality and see the approach. And all of a sudden they're like, you know what? They've gone from 4 wins to, I see no reason why this couldn't be a good team. I see no reason why we can't win some games.
I think Vegas has us at like what, 5.5, right?
Yeah. Something like that. I don't see it. I see us being better than that. I mean, I think we win easily 7-8 games. There's no reason we shouldn't. I mean, hell, we could win 7 games with Zach Wilson as a fucking quarterback. So
Well, just
there
like
should be
I
no
mean, I
reason
think
we couldn't
they
do
were
that
they were
or
talking about it before on the show. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it wasn't last year, but it was 2 years ago. We were in it, man. Like we were in it after Halloween. You know what I mean? Like it was all fucking defense. Like 2 years, the year that Rodgers got hurt, that was the year, right? So like our defense was awesome, and then everything fell apart because that next year, like Rodgers was fucking like still recovering from his Achilles injury, right? So it takes time to recover from that Achilles injury. So we kind of like missed our window, but there was no coaching. Like Joe Douglas, even though in the beginning of his drafts he may not have hit on every single pick, and I'm not a big Joe Douglas fan, and I'm going all over the place right now, but he gave us pieces right now for our core. We have a core 4. And if you can name our core 4, I think he would like say it would be AVT, which we haven't signed yet, and then Sauce, Garrett, which we have signed, right? And then who's our 4th? If you're talking about a core 4, if we're probably going to sign AVT, Sauce, Garrett, and then who would be the 4th one if AVT is our 3rd?
I don't know. I do think we've got a good core. Man, I'm not sure. Like, I want to see what AVT does this year in this system before I go too far on that. Real quick, before we get to any more Jets, I saw this comment, so I want to address this. Yeah, I want this to be a family show that everybody can watch, whatever. But as far as no cussing, I'm going to put this to a vote. Okay, this is a New York Jets show. New has 3 letters. York and Jets both have 4 letters. So the 4-letter words win. We can say what we want here. And to be real about it, if you are a Jets fan and you have got kids, I am going to venture a guess that on Sunday afternoons, they have probably heard some bad words. Okay, so it should probably be nothing new. That being said, won't be vulgar just for the sake of being vulgar, but dude, if you're making a point and you get fired up and an F-bomb drops, so be it. I'm not going to time out anybody or anything else. We say what we want here. And with that, please continue. I'm actually going to go grab a drink real quick, so I'm going to leave you with Charles for just a moment.
All right.
And
well,
you guys,
Yeti, I don't know if you're being facetious or not, but I will speak punctual then. Charles, talking about a core 4, right?
Hey.
Oh yeah, there you go, Addy.
What's cracking? Core 4,
up, brother?
Okay.
So, with Brees Hall, right? That's what I was getting at. We already locked up Sauce. We already locked up Garrett. We're probably going to lock up AVT. So running backs are not as like prominent as they used to be or like valued, right? Would you want to see if Brees had a good year right now, Charles, would you halfway through the season, say the Bears offered you a 2nd-round draft pick and maybe because they have a lot of weapons, right? They have Luther Burden. They have like older wide receivers. They have a lot of weapons over there. Say they offered you a wide receiver, right? And a 2nd-round draft pick for Brees Hall halfway through the season and Brees was killing it. Would you trade?
Fuck no.
Yeti said no cursing, Charles. I'm being punctual.
Fuck
I have
that
children
shit,
in the
Charles.
room.
Let it fly.
No, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't trade him. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's hard to like put a value on wide receivers nowadays, though. You know what I mean? Like that. I guess that's what I'm getting at. If you're talking about like a core 4 with football, it's like different than like basketball or baseball or something like that. You know what I mean? You're reading, aren't you?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay.
What's up, Rickie?
What's up, man? Fuck yeah. Addison is my homeboy.
Hell yeah. You're damn right. You're damn right.
Awesome. Hey, I wouldn't trade Brees either, just for what it's worth, Thunderlips. I
Hell
think
no.
that, like I said earlier, man, the last couple of years have been a little bit rough for him, but he was coming off an injury. We had a Hackett
2023 he was
offense,
awful.
a quarter offensive line. I think everything was stacked against him. But let's not forget, prior to getting hurt, he was the guy we could hand it to one time, and he takes it 73 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate, right? So he had so many like rushes that went for 20 yards or more, and it like dropped. I think it dropped. I forgot the stat. I'm not gonna like say the exact stat because I don't remember, but it dropped by like at least like 12%. I mean, like it was a significant decrease of not just his rushes that were like that went for over 20 yards or more. It was like big playability, right? So since that his injury, he lost the ability to go like 20 yards or more. You know what I mean? I would love to see him succeed and stay with the Jets, but I know like there's teams out there like the Bears who people have said, Ben Johnson doesn't like Swift because he got rid of him when he was with the Bears, you know what I mean? So he's looking for that like say again? Yeah, well he's with the Bears now, but yes, when he was in the Lions, he already got rid of Swift because he doesn't like him.
A good year with the Eagles.
Say again?
In 2023, he played well for the Eagles, Swift.
Whatever. He played for he played for Ben Johnson, right? Or am I imagining that?
No, you're not imagining that. I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm saying in 2023, he had a good year with the Eagles. Then they moved in time with the Bears.
I'm just saying he moved on from him because he didn't like him, but now he's, but the thing is he didn't actually they didn't draft another running back until like, what was this, Malagwai or whatever the fuck his name is. You know what I mean? So it's like, since they didn't draft someone, maybe he actually likes him, but a lot of people are thinking that the Bears actually are looking for a running back like later on. So that may be a trade partner. Not that I want to trade Brees. I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean?
Hell no. We're going to lean way more on our run this year without Aaron Rodgers calling fucking 30 audibles.
Yeah.
So Brees is going to be featured a lot more differently than he has been with Aaron Rodgers not around.
Yeah, and like last year, Brees never had 20 or more carries in any game all year long. And there have been plenty of insiders that said that we had good running plays that would have worked that got checked out of. And without Rodgers here, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot different. Now, me personally, I like Brees. However, the reality is running backs just don't get paid big contracts anymore. So I think Brees goes out. He has a really good year this year. We tag him, get another good year out of him, and then we end up letting him walk. I think the most likely outcome.
Yeah, and hopefully by that time, Braylon Allen's
he's going to run away with.
Yeah, Braylon. I mean, from what I'm hearing about Braylon Allen, he looks like he's going to be a fucking bruiser, and he's so fucking young. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I love Braylon Allen.
Yeah,
Donovan Edwards is nothing to spit at either because he was solid for Michigan, and we got him undrafted. So
when was the last time the Jets had two 100-yard rushers in a game? It was probably like Lamont Jordan and Curtis Martin, right?
I could be wrong, but that may be true.
I mean, I remember Lamont Jordan and Curtis Martin like having good games, and then Lamont Jordan, I forget what team he went to, but he had the towel in his mouth.
The Raiders.
Yeah, but like he was fucking like crunching down the towel, like grinding his teeth and shit like that because he was so mad. Man, I don't know, man.
I like Lamont. But dude, we've got a trio of good backs right now, and we've got Donovan Edwards is still there. As we got rid of a kicker, we brought in Toa Feely, who was a Florida State running back that if I saw a role for him in the NFL, it would probably be as a third down back because he's a really good pass catcher. But I don't know that he would make the team anyway. But
Hey, Rickie,
yeah,
being an FSU guy, did you want Jameis over here instead of when like obviously we were in a quarterback market? Were you all in on Jameis, or did you want Fields?
You know what, Fields. And listen, I like Jameis. I'm probably a bigger fan of Jameis the person than I am Jameis the player.
Oh yeah,
if that makes any sense. But
no,
It does.
yeah, he's awesome. He's hilarious.
That's okay because I'm still a Florida State fan, and we've got a commit from wide receiver Jonah Winston, his younger brother. So I can still follow Winston. I don't need Jameis on the Jets. I'm okay. And we also have Cromartie Jr. On the Seminoles right now too.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Yep.
Doesn't Cromartie have like 100 kids with like 3 million baby mamas?
Yeah.
Antonio Cromartie?
Does he play the same position, Rickie?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. He's a DB just like his dad.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
Well, all we can do is hope, man. That's it. I mean, we're all fucking diehards, and I fucking woken up at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean, to watch fucking Sanchez get fucking rocked by fucking the Giants with fucking salsa dancing and shit like that. 99-yard touchdown fucking passes. It's horrible. And that's what you do, man, when you're a Jets fan.
I never forget when he got fucked up in a preseason game in 2013 that ended his season.
Yeah, I mean, when 2009 and 2010 hit, I thought that I remember I was in school and I was like nonstop listening to like iHeartRadio, listening to WFAN, and everyone was like predicting the Jets to win the Super Bowl like those 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Oh, not like after 09 and 010, it was just like nonstop fucking Jets like love, and I was just like Jake says, injected into your vein. I like give it to me. I love it. It's been such a fucking kick in the nuts for years, and it's like our kids and shit like that have know nothing but losing. This is what it's about. Like I just want everything to be right. You know what I mean? It's like I don't give a fuck who is the coach or the quarterback or who they draft as long as everything works out. It's like because you never know. We all have hopes for the dudes that we draft. Like it's like so many fucking people that we draft become busts and shit like that, and it's like I don't give a fuck what the big names are. I just want to be right. I mean, I'm babbling, so I'm stop.
Hell yeah, you are.
Does anybody remember the '98 game when we played the Seahawks?
Addison, fuck you, bro.
I was watching that match, and I'm sitting there going, okay. And then we're getting down to the end zone, right? Vintage Vinny dives his head into the end zone. Two of the referees are saying, one saying no, the other saying yes, and then I'm like, let me put a scan on that, please. So
aren't you a Bears fan, Beast?
No, sorry, no. Been a Jet guy since I was 13, and I'm damn well proud of it. So I had to take a magnifying glass that my grandfather had, went up to the TV and just went, he's automatically in by that much. So that's an automatic touchdown. So everyone thought, no, sorry, take the magnifying glass, go by the TV, look where his head's at. His head was in the end zone. All you had to do was put the magnifying glass, look at the shot, and there, boom, bingo. So yeah, you all got to pay attention. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, we had the team in '98. I mean, you couldn't. You look at '98's team. You had Corbett, you had Johnson, you had Martin, you had Vintage Vinny, you had Santana Moss, you had all these cannons on you. Even Dedrick Ward. We had the men that were kicking the asses of everybody.
No, wait a minute. Santana
Moss. I'm gonna kill myself right now. We did not have Santana Moss in 1998, Beast.
Yes, we had Lavernius Coles later, and then Moss came later than that. But no, in '98 we did not. We did have Dedrick Ward. But no,
we killed everybody. We made every team cry. We made the Patriots cry. The Bills were crying, and it was fun. And then we get to the freaking division title. We
made the Patriots diarrhea out of their ass. Say it right. Come on, say it, Beast.
We gave them verbal diarrhea because they were nothing but diarrhea. And then the Jaguars, when it came to the division title, we bitch slapped them so bad that they couldn't handle the cold, because when you enter the Meadowlands and you got that wind behind you and you got Lady Liberty right there and you got that cold wind off the Atlantic Ocean, you better remember something. When you're in the Meadowlands and you're not ready for a fight, you better be ready to run, because we'll knock your teeth right down your throat, because the Jets are ready this year, and you can bet your ass every step of the way. Aaron Glenn's going to lead by example. He's going to tell these boys, no more playing around. The past is dead. No more Salah. No more the other bullshit. Let's get out there and bust their teeth wide open.
Brees, what kind of year is Brees Hall going to have this year, Brees?
Brees is going to have a 3,000-year season. I see 3,000 years out of him. Last year, he started doing some things that were surprising until he had an injury. And then once we got Braylon Allen, another guy that I like, he was actually phenomenal. He was a rookie. I think this kid can actually make it. Just give him 2 or 3 more years, and he's going to be a star. Just watch. You'll see. And yes, Bill, I've passed the middle end before. It's just money got so tight. That's why this year, don't be surprised when the Jets win the 13-4 season. We're going to be 13-4, so you can bet your dead ass we ain't going to back down from a fight. So the Patriots, get ready to diarrhea yourselves. Dolphins, get ready to bleed. And Bill, I hope you have insurance, because your teeth, you're going to get your teeth knocked out, and you won't be talking with nothing. You'll be going, yeah, it's like, get out of here. You're not worth our division. This is our division. Our house, our rules, the easy way or the hard way. Take your pick. Pick your poison, boys. What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Going back to, I would also like to say that game, that was the one of, even though we, that was probably, aside from the 2002 season when we last won the AFC's division title.
Yeah.
In the 90s, I was more of a Yankee fan. Like, I remember my first Jets game and shit like that, but and I remember in Long Island, there was liquor stores and shit like that, and they had billboards in the window that counted down the games, and it was 4 more games before the #1 draft pick, and that's when we picked fucking Keyshawn Johnson. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, USC baby.
Yeah, but it's that the whole fucking 90s era was fucking just Yankees. You know what I mean? Going to from Long Island, taking the train and going to New York City and going to the fucking parades and shit like that. I didn't I was born in '82, and I watched fucking I watched the Jets during the fucking 90s, but I wasn't obsessed with them until I really was probably 15, 16, you know what I mean? And that's when I really learned heartbreak. Oh my god!
What I was going to say was that game between the Jets and the Jaguars.
All that's over with. It's going to be time for some good. We're going to make some new good memories for you this year. This not being one of them, because tomorrow you probably won't remember any of this shit. But with the season, you.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm drinking fucking Orange Crush. I'm good.
Oh yeah.
And I'm giving my kids asking me for money to. What do you want to buy? Shit on Fortnite? You want to buy fucking?
You're crushing it right now.
He wants Family Guy and Call of Duty.
You're crushing it right now for sure.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. You can get it. Don't tell mom.
Is that like Orange Crush and Stolies, or is it just an Orange Crush? Oh no,
Orange
nice.
Crush, bro.
The fancy can and everything.
Yeah, man. It's Diet Orange Crush, man. I'm legit, head to toe. I don't even got a cell phone.
What are you holding right now?
Right.
That was a Tropic Thunder reference. No one got it.
Okay. No.
It's all right. I just watched it the other day, so I make the kids watch fucking movies that I like when they have sleepovers and shit. I make them watch comedies that I think are funny, and then they don't laugh the whole time. I mean, I don't understand how like 13-year-olds can watch Tropic Thunder and not fucking laugh the whole time, and I feel like an asshole for
Because they're
suggesting it.
13, they don't understand it.
I don't know. I think it's fucking hilarious. It's like
Oh, yeah,
probably,
you're a lot older than 13. They have to be at least, I would say, 18.
I don't know. I think
20
I still.
to appreciate the movie.
It's still fucking funny though. When
I
you
saw
watch it now.
Austin Powers when it came out when I was like 7. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I saw it when I was older and I laughed my ass off.
It's awesome. Yeah, it holds weight, man.
Yeah, I'm probably the wrong person to enter this conversation because most of the shit that most people think is funny, especially now, I don't.
Naked
So-
Gun is naked. I know you love Naked. You're old head, so fucking you love
The Naked
don't
Guns
you?
were all right.
Police
Let me
Academy.
see. Funny movies. Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy is
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome. That's just
That's
funny
because
as hell.
fucking pot. You like Grandma's Boy because you're a pothead, though.
Oh, yeah. I met and smoked with Peter Dante on my 3rd day at work. It was awesome.
Did you?
Really? That's
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. He lives over in Westwood, right by UCLA. The only down part was he was wearing a Patriots shirt, but I had to look past that. But he's a Patriots fan. Yeah. But he was cool as fuck, regardless, despite that horrible fact.
Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2 or no?
Not yet. I've been hearing.
So I'm not gonna
Yes,
give away shit. I watched it with the kids, and one of my kids watched the first one, and one of them never saw the first one. So it was like an awkward thing, right? 'Cause there's a lot of references, right? They fucking both loved it. So it makes it funny when you watch it with either kids or someone else that's laughing, right? If you're watching it by yourself, you may not laugh the whole time, right? But if you're watching it with somebody else and they're laughing, then you kind of like have that infectious laugh, right? So I thought there was a lot of parts that were funny for kids. So I don't know if I liked it though. There was kind of a fever dream at the end. But I think overall it wasn't bad, you know. I think it's getting a lot more hate than it should have.
I'll watch this thing one day.
Right on. Like me personally, yeah, I have not seen it. I probably won't go see it. I'll probably wait for it to come on the computer where I can sit here and watch it. I actually have,
you should wait for it to come on
Where'd you come from?
Once it comes out on Netflix, Rob, you should watch it, man.
The Big Gilmore 2
Yeah,
is out on Netflix.
I actually was gonna go to Fantastic Four today. I had plans to go to see it today.
Oh yeah.
However, I scheduled a live stream and decided that I would rather be here with you guys, and I can do that this weekend sometime.
We'll be the Fantastic Four right here. Charles, you'll be Sue Storm.
Yeah, we got the Fantastic Four right here.
I would say it was that Happy Gilmore 2, Rickie, is on Netflix.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I could watch it if I wanted
You
to.
just ruined my joke, Charles.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Wah, wah.
Hey, my 20-year-old, when I talked to him, he said he saw Fantastic Four and he said it was actually really good. So
Oh yeah, it is.
I
And-
know not Gorilla Sal didn't like it, which it is what it is, but
That's
I've heard
the
mostly
problem.
good things about it.
It's dope.
All
It's a
yeah.
return to dope ass MCU movies that have you totally bought in and not bored.
I feel
And
like
it doesn't
shit,
waste their fucking time with a boring
What?
ass origin
Did
story.
I feel like shit dropped
Uh,
off since like Endgame. It just like everything was just kind of almost like boring. I did enjoy Guardians, but everything else in between I didn't really like, and then I skipped a lot of
I'll
shit.
tell you why the MCU hasn't been the same after Endgame. A, the writing has not been very good. B, a certain shoving of a certain political agenda, wink wink. And two, just inconsistency.
Yeah, and 3,
A lot of
Robert
bad-
Downey Jr.
most
and
of
Chris
it-
Evans are gone now. That's why.
Yeah,
Captain
most of it has
America
been bad
and Iron
writing.
Man are gone.
I think.
Robert Downey Jr. was so fucking awesome. It's almost like they try to be too cute, or almost like they try to be too funny. You know what I mean?
That's a big part of the problem is they try to like, dude, like some of the best comedy, in my opinion, in those movies is like shit that wasn't supposed to necessarily be funny. It just was it because it was organic. Like, like when Black Widow says, "No, Rogers, I just act like I know everything." Like that was a funny line. But like, Love and Thunder was so fucking bad.
When
That
Falcon
was by
tells
far
her,
the worst thing they've done. The Marvels was not good.
I didn't even see the Marvels. Yeah,
it was all right. I liked it more than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna suck ass, but it was okay.
Brave New World was kind of a disappointment. But okay, Addison. So you've seen Fantastic Four. You've seen Thunderbolts as well, right?
I need to rewatch Thunderbolts because I was pretty buzzed when I went to go see it, and when I'm buzzed, I fall asleep. So that's what happened.
I get hype.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Thunderbolts was good. Thunderbolts was good. I really liked that.
I need to rewatch it. It should be on Disney Plus soon, hopefully. But it's not in theaters anymore.
Hey, Addison, my wife just bought gummies for the first time the other day.
You should eat like 4 right now.
What? Be quiet.
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, the kids don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's candy.
That's right. They're in our bathroom, right next to the Viagra.
Go to the bathroom and grab 4 of them.
Viva Viagra.
Not for me. No. All right. Love you, bud.
What I was gonna say was that even though I enjoyed several MCU movies post Endgame, like I personally liked Wakanda Forever. I loved Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought that was good.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine.
That wasn't good.
Was fucking awesome.
Don't say good.
I personally enjoyed Captain America: Brave New World, but I think they could have done a little bit more in certain parts of the movie. I love Harrison.
In what aspect? Don't just leave that open ended like that. You gotta elaborate.
Well, I think they could have. Damn it, I'm trying to think. Good question. I'm glad you brought that shit up.
Well, you wanted more Red Hulk?
No, not that. Well, that was fine. I wasn't bothered with that. But they could have really. I mean, what I hated was the leader's design. I thought Tim Blake Nelson did a fine job.
Yeah, it was dope. Yeah, he's a great actor.
But the fucking look they gave was like, what the fuck? Clearly one of the fucking. And I was talking with an older woman. She was nice. She wasn't being a bitch. And I thought he looked nice. I'm like, I'm sorry, lady. I get it's your opinion. But to me, he looked like shit.
Well, a lot of the characters aren't one of one from their comic book look.
I'm not saying he had to exactly look like he's a point from the comics, but he could have looked a bit more.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. Charles, where were you talking to this older woman at?
In the theater that I saw Captain America: Brave New World.
Like, was she sitting near you? Like, how did you talk to her?
We were walking out of the theater, and I was saying like, man, his look sucked in the film. And she'd go, I thought it looked nice. I'm like, lady, I get it. You're entitled to your opinion, but to me, it could have been better. It should have been done better. Tim Blake Nelson did a fine job.
There are probably some characters from the comics, like the leader and like MODOK, that probably don't have the best look for the big screen.
Shitting at me in the wrong spot. Oh my god!
Yeah, MODOK was awful.
Well,
yeah, MODOK sucked.
Well, Rickie,
if
you're talking about shipping accurate with the comic books, right? Did you watch The Last of Us, or A, and B, did you play the video game, and do you think that it did justice, the show, to the video game with Bella Ramsey?
No.
Or do you not know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I watched it. No, I didn't play the video game. I don't know. That girl is
Did you
fucking ugly. So hopefully,
did you continue watching after she said that she was gonna be a dad?
No, I thankfully I just missed that.
That's stupid as
You
hell.
missed that. All right, so like, the same dude that was in fucking Fantastic Four, Pedro. What the fuck is his name?
He's a good actor.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. I mean, like, he is a great actor, but it's like that show was The Last of Us. Like, you watched it because of him, right? What's up?
Yeah.
I'm not
one of
rooting.
his,
I'm not rooting
one
for
of his
anybody.
better things though, dude. He's really good in fucking Narcos. If you haven't seen that yet, that's a
Yep.
good ass show that he's in.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that show is actually really good. That he's in.
Mandalorian. The movie's gonna come out soon too.
Yeah, Mandalorian also.
I watched Mandalorian.
awesome.
I know Gus from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul was in Mandalorian. I just stopped watching all Disney shit like a couple years ago.
I don't know.
He's in a lot of stuff. He was in Brave New World too,
Oh.
but that wasn't enough to help save that movie. And the problem that I had with Brave New World is it was
What's
fucking predictable.
Brave World?
Like there was no twist. There was nothing unexpected. Like you just
That's
kind of
right. I agree with that.
the whole time.
Yeah. You knew who was pulling strings the whole time.
Yep.
I agree, but I will say this: Harrison Ford was great in the film.
Brave World.
Oh yeah.
Harrison
Captain
Ford did a
America.
good job.
Oh, Captain America.
Yeah.
He was in Brave
It's
New
on
World.
Disney Plus.
Now,
You ever go on YouTube and watch Disney Minus, Charles?
Yes, I have. It's great.
All right, I knew you knew what that was. That shit is fucking, as the kids say, peak. It's fucking horrible.
now
horrible.
I'm gonna have to look that up so I can check it out because I have not done.
Hey, Ricky, do not watch. Don't type Disney Minus in until you smoke a joint, get really fucking high, and type in Disney Minus and just watch videos, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck did these guys tell me to watch?"
So basically, I can type that in anytime after I wake up.
And I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and yes, go ahead. You're typing. I heard the clicks. You're typing it in right now.
I am.
Charles, if you still haven't watched Werewolf by Night, you need to do that.
I heard it was great. Yeah, I heard it was wonderful.
Do you remember the werewolf movie with fucking Jack Nicholson? And I forget what the fuck it's called. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ricky? Or Addison? Or I know it's probably older than you, Charles.
I remember watching Teen Wolf. That was great with Michael J. Fox. That was awesome.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
a classic. I fucking love Michael J. Fox
You're
hates
not
that.
thinking of the one with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins, are
No,
you?
that's Interview with the Vampire. I'm talking about Jack Nicholson.
No, it isn't. That's Wolfman.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
whatever. There was
Nicholson.
maybe Rick Kent probably knows it. He's a Jeopardy fucking wizard if he's still in the chat. There was definitely a fucking like a Wolfman movie with Jack Nicholson in it, and it was
it's
from
called
the 90s.
Wolf. It's called Wolf.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's a clever name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, it was fucking stupid. I just remember him pissing on someone's shoe, and that's all I remember from the movie. That's what I
If I was to say, which comic book, even though I'm going to try to think, MCU, Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, Taika Waititi is a very talented director, but what two things that really pissed me off about that film was A, how much they wasted Christian Bale's potential as Gore the God Butcher. Number two, how they gave Russell Crowe shit material to work out as Zeus. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, but he was great in that movie as Jor-El. And they overdid it with the fucking comedy.
Speaking of Jor-El, you
Yeah.
ruined it for me. Who played Jor-El in the new Superman, by the way?
Sorry, it was announced before the movie aired.
Hell no. Okay, let's keep going.
I didn't see the new Superman movie. I'm telling you right now, like I saw the fucking the Penguin on fucking HBO, and I did before I saw
Awesome.
the Batman, dude, the Penguin was so good on HBO. Like, and I'm not a DC guy, and I kind of like, as I was talking about before with the Marvel and shit like that, the superhero stuff just feels so saturated, right? So I stopped watching it. But watching the Penguin on HBO was just a different twist, and I fucking loved it. I loved watching with whatever the fucking him in the fat suit with fucking being the Penguin, and it was just great acting, and it was like a mafia movie. So it made me watch that.
It was.
Even though that the Batman movie before, we looked up the timeline of when the Penguin was before during the Batman movie. So I ended up watching the Batman movie, and now I'm like looking forward to the new one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it basically picks up right after. But yeah, the Penguin is kind of like the comic book version of The Sopranos. It's like a mob show, and it's really good.
So fucking good. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. That's one of the better things I've watched in a while.
I still have yet to watch that.
I know, dude, and you have to watch.
Dude, you're missing out, Charles. It is absolutely fantastic.
I'm not doubting it. I mean, look, I know not everyone was impressed with the Robert Pattinson Batman film. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with that film. And one of the things I was impressed with was Colin Farrell's performance. To me, I may do a ranking of the live-action Penguins, which I know we haven't gotten a whole lot. But I will say this.
I'll save you the time. Danny DeVito's number one.
To you, yes, but not to me. He's close, though.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I'd have to say Colin Farrell is probably my favorite Penguin so far.
I love Colin Farrell. I think he's a very talented actor. My first exposure to him was through the Daredevil film where he played Bullseye, which what?
Nothing. That movie sucked.
I actually liked that movie as a kid.
That movie sucked ass.
The Ben Affleck one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matt
I'm a real big fan of that. Yeah.
Matt.
You Charles, I told you to watch The Penguin like 6 months ago, and I know you didn't see Invincible, and you have to watch that too.
I did watch Invincible.
All
3 seasons,
That's
yes.
good.
Okay.
And look, I liked the Daredevil movie growing up. I still don't hate it today, but I know you thought it was terrible, but that's you.
Yeah, that is me.
I'm not trying to be I am glad though that Jennifer Gardner got to reprise her role as Elektra, even though I will confess I wasn't crazy about her performance in the film. And no, I did not watch the Elektra movie. Heard that was worse.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And I know.
But I am actually happy for her that in the Deadpool Wolverine movie last year that she reprised the role. Like, okay, it's good that she reprised the. Granted, I wasn't impressed with her, but it was cool that she reprised the role.
Gambit was the best. Gambit was one of the best parts of that movie. And Chris Evans being Human Torch. That movie's been out long enough. I could talk about it.
Do you want to type? Okay. Okay.
I know a lot of people are going to type in the chat. Colin Farrell's the best Penguin.
One person typed it and you read it. That's why you're saying it.
I'm just saying that in general.
I only like Danny DeVito because that's what I grew up on. I was a Indiana Jones Last Crusade, like I was born in 82, so all those fucking early 90s Back to the Future and all that shit is like all those movies resonate with me, you know what I mean? So
I grew up with a lot of those movies too.
Yeah, but like if like all those Tim Burton movies from fucking Pee-wee's Great Adventure to fucking Batman Returns, I fucking love that shit.
I still do to this day.
Yeah. But
let me ask you this, Charles. Have you watched The Boys?
Oh my God, The Boys is great.
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna wait. The reason why I haven't was not because I don't like it or I'm not interested. I'm gonna wait for the series to end and then watch it, the whole thing.
I have to admit, watching it, I'm like, you know what? This is probably the most accurate thing I've seen as if people really had superpowers, how would that work out?
Oh yeah,
Like, what
Yeah,
would it
absolutely.
be
Yeah,
like?
they'd be
Well,
assholes.
with all due respect,
It's a-
Garth Ennis, the creator of The Boys, was never really a fan of superheroes. However, he did state in an interview years ago that the only superhero that he had a soft spot for was for Superman, and I think he did a brief run on the character in the comics. But he has stated publicly that he never really liked superheroes in general. That was basically him saying that I'm not a big fan of superheroes.
Hey Ricky, and in The Boys, the fucking girlfriend in Back to the Future from not the first movie, but the second movie and the third movie, the girlfriend, because they switch girls. She's the one that fucking Homelander's sucking the tits on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, Elizabeth Shue?
she's in a lot of things. She's in
What?
shit, what was the other show she
My
was
wife,
in?
my wife said Adventures in Babysitting.
Is it Fear the Walking Dead or something that she's in also?
I did not see Fear of
so.
the. I stopped watching
believe so.
Walking Dead when like that Neiman guy was walking around with the bat and shit, and like
Negan.
yeah. Once I started calling the fucking plot line and shit, and it got so fucking corny, I stopped watching.
Well, I almost did a couple of times, but then I kept turning it back on. I actually finished the series, but
Oh yeah.
dude, like it became so predictable. Like, we meet
Right.
a new community that
was,
turn out
yeah.
to be bad. We fight with them, then we move on.
Yeah.
We find another community. It was just like the same thing over and over again.
Someone who was mean is my friend now. Someone who was my friend is trying to kill me now. Like, yeah, it's the same shit every season.
The part that
These-
irritated me
good.
was, probably like the last 3 seasons or so, where everybody was like hooking up and having kids and starting families. Like, I get pregnancies are gonna happen, but for so many different people to be starting families in that world, in that environment, it was just silly. It was just
I
ludicrous.
forget all the characters' names, but in the first season of Walking Dead, the dude that actually impregnated his wife, he's actually in that show The Bear on Hulu. So I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
That's the kid from Shameless. Right?
I don't remember. Have you ever seen Power or no? Just kidding.
No, Bobby, I haven't seen Power.
No, but I forget that fucking dude's name, but he's definitely a good actor.
Dude, I don't even know what Power's about. I have not seen it.
I don't. Yeah.
It probably sucks. I really don't want it.
Right. Now, I did watch The Wire not too long ago, which that's a good fucking show. That was actually a real good show. I'm in the
middle. I watched Breaking Bad with my fucking kid, and we're watching Better Call now. So we're on season 2, and it's funny because like Better Call Saul sucks. The first, like when Chuck's in the fucking show, it's so bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I shouldn't say so bad. It's just so much character development that it's hard for him to get into it. I'm like, just wait. I just keep telling him, like, just wait. And it's like, once I'm telling him, like, next season when Gus comes into it, I mean, it's going to be awesome. Charles, have you seen Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul?
Neither, but I know I did see the actor who plays in Better Call Saul in the movie Nobody and in The Incredibles 2. And I can't wait for the sequel to Nobody.
Did you watch? So in the 90s, him and somebody. Do you remember there was a comedy show like the Scary Movies and shit like that? Do you remember the Scary Movies, the comedies with like the Wayans brothers?
They were okay. I wasn't crazy about them, but go ahead.
Remember those movies? You remember the movie with the guy in the wheelchair, and he was like, why don't you stand up and give me applause and shit like that? The movie with the fucking like My Hand, My Germs.
Scary movie?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Scary movie. But the guy in the wheelchair, him and the dude that played Saul were in a show on HBO. Like back like in the like late 90s and shit like that. And it was called Mr. Show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never seen it.
That guy's been around for Bob. What fucking his name is? Bob Ollendorf or whatever the fuck. He's been around.
I'll look it up. His name. It's pronounced differently.
Odenkirk.
Right.
Odenkirk. Yeah.
He used to do just like straight comedy, and it's like he switched to like almost like drama type of shit, like real acting. But he used to be like straight, like retarded comedy and stuff like that. So check it out if you want. But
all right, we have gotten way, way, way off the topic here. I'm gonna attempt to rein this back in a little bit.
Good.
At any rate, do you have plans to attend any games this year? Thunderlips?
I did. I bought tickets to the October 19th game, but I sent Jake an email. I may be getting fucked. So I may have to go to
How hard and how good?
Yeah, I won't say where. I may be going somewhere. I may be going somewhere in October to treat. I'm not saying exactly all the detainees that are happening.
So, are you going to any games? Yes or no?
I don't know. I bought tickets. They may be for sale right now because I have to treat all the fucking detainees that ICE is gathering.
Right. What about you, Charles? Are you going to any games?
I would love to go to the home opener against the Steelers, and hopefully, I'm able to go to the Carolina game.
Right on.
I'm hoping for the Carolina game as well, and maybe the Tampa game. I don't know, but a lot of people seem to be going to that one. So,
well, Addison, if my wife goes without me, you're in charge, okay, bud?
I'll try. I'll do my best.
Kerry, he's got a mustache too. You're in good hands.
All right, Thunderlips, thank you for calling in, man. I will see you next time around. And yeah, myself, I'm going to Tampa. I wanted to go to a home game as well. However, with everything going on here at the time, like financially, it's just not feasible. I'm already having to take a weekend off for Tampa, and I can't really afford to take another weekend off without pay. And knowing ahead of time that they're going to close down for like 2 weeks at Christmas time, so that'll be 2 weeks with no pay. Yeah, I have to kind of brace myself for that. So unfortunately, I probably will not make a home game this year. Tampa will probably be my only one. And so next year, I absolutely will be going to a home game, and probably going to go up an extra couple days early so I can hang out in New York and see some old friends and go back to the old neighborhood and chill for an extra couple of days. Because I don't want to just go in for a game and then turn right around and leave.
For sure. Yeah, hell yeah.
Absolutely. And Addison, I'm going to see what I can't do to help you get to Tampa. If you really want to come, I'll see what I can't do.
Yeah,
and,
I've never been to Florida. I've never been to Florida. I want to go. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a good time. I can promise that.
I heard there's a lot of good orange trees out there.
There are. Have you ever seen California, spelled with a K? Probably the best movie that Brad Pitt ever did. Dude, he is like just like the most inbred hillbilly white dude you could ever see in your life. And he's telling Juliette Lewis, who's like his girlfriend in the movie, he's like, yeah, we go down to Florida and you ain't even got to work, because if you need food, the oranges are on the trees all around you. And dude, it's fucking, he's actually a serial killer in the movie. Fucking, if you haven't seen it, it's fucking phenomenal, dude. Like, it's awesome. Yeah.
I've never been there. That'll be my first trip to Florida if I go.
Yeah, man, it's tough here at the moment, man. It's like 1 billion degrees out, and every day it rains for like a couple of hours, which I think it's actually starting to rain right now. But yeah, man, like if you got, especially if you got the right people to show you around, it's an awesome time. And I'm definitely the right person. I could take you to
that's the
all the
best
right
part.
spots.
Even if there wasn't a game, I would go out there to go hang out.
Hell
I
yeah.
went out there to go to a Mets and a Yankees game. Two teams I honestly don't care about, just to go hang out with everyone. It was awesome.
Right. Dude, I've done that, here like all the time. Like my friends will get tickets to Bucks games and stuff, and they're always asking me if I want to go. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not a Bucks fan, but every once in a while I'll go ahead and go to one just because I know there's going to be like a million people there that I know, and you get to go to a game, and it's awesome. Now, anytime the Jets come here, I always go, but dude, Jets and Tampa play like once every 5 or 6 years, and half the time it's not even here. It's a lot of times it's in New York, but I've seen some awesome games here. Dude, I mean, when Rex was the coach, the Jets came here. Sanchez got hurt, so we had Kellen Clemens as a quarterback, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be bad. Dude, we whooped the Bucks' ass so bad. Like by the third quarter, all the Bucks fans had left. All the Jets fans in the stadium like flowed down where they were closer to the field. And dude, we had like the Jets chant fucking rocking. Fucking, you could watch the replays of it on TV, and you could hear the Jets chants. It actually turned out to be a really good game. But then there was also the game where it was like week 5, and the Bucks and the Jets were both 4-0, the only two undefeated teams in the league. When Curtis Martin threw that pass to Corbett to fucking win the game at the end of it, was there for that, and that shit was awesome. Probably one of my favorite football memories. And dude, that game was tough. Like I was just talking about it raining here in Florida. Like, dude, it rained so hard during that game, you couldn't see people like 5 rows ahead of you. Like, I mean, it poured the whole game until like the third quarter, and then finally the rain stopped. And then at the end of the game, it was just so hard hitting and so brutal. But we came out winners, and fucking awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. I need that feeling going into go in as the away team and just dominate the home team. It's gotta feel great.
Absolutely. But guys, I'm going to get ready to wind it down here because I still have some other things to do around here. We're actually shooting some clips for the intro video for the show that we've been working on. And so we've got to do, while I've got some people here to help me, I'm going to go ahead and do some of that stuff. But man, looking forward to this year. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. You guys for calling in. And like I like to say, this is a Jets show, but what this show is really about is you guys, like all the Jets fans. It's about our community and having a place for us to be able to come, get together, hook up, hang out, and talk some Jets football, or as we saw tonight, whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Like, it is a Jets show. Until the actual football starts, we probably will get off topic from time to time. But once the year starts, it's going to be all football all day. Yeah, I'm fired up, man. Like I cannot fucking wait for this year to start and to see some real Jets football for a change. Once again, thank you guys both for calling in and everybody else for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe while you're here. We got lots of other good content coming up. We got some real fun guests coming up as well. And, looking forward to seeing you all next time. I will be back again Saturday night at 8:00. We'll have another live call-in show then. And until then, man, everybody have a great night. Appreciate all of you, and go Jets.